Hi everyone, I'm back again, and tonight I am going to be embroidering Designs by JuJu Believe in Magic Santa Claus wall hanging. So I actually bought this a year ago and just never got the time to do it. So I am going to do it since it's getting close to Christmas time and I actually need another wall hanging to put near my door. So I am going to walk you through how I go ahead and make this tonight. Okay, so here is my pattern and I am going to do block A first. We're going to go in order of the instructions. And the first block is this section here, which is the Believe in Magic. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I have already loaded my design onto my machine. I am using the Brothers Innovus NQ1600E. And I am using my 6x10 embroidery hoop today. What I did is I went ahead and hooped my 6x10 frame with cutaway stabilizer. I also went ahead and used SF 101 on the back of my background piece and on the back of my side pieces so that these do not pucker if I ever have to wash the design. So the first step, I am going to load my machine. The first step here is the placement for my batten. Since my background is blue, I'm gonna use the blue thread because it'll just make it easier when I'm trimming away that I already have my blue thread in there. Make sure this clips. Sometimes it doesn't always clip. And I'm gonna put my batten down. Okay, now I'm gonna trim my batten. Try to keep it in the hoop so I don't accidentally bump it and move my hoop out of alignment. All right, I need to move it for the top piece. And I'm going to put it on a flat surface so I don't accidentally bump it. All right, the next stitch line is for my background fabric. And since I know I'm going to trim it off on this side, I'm actually going to try to put it closer to here because we'll be trimming off on the side where his hand and his hands. Go ahead and tack it down. I'm going to take this one out of the hoop because this one is a little bit more trimming to be done, and I'll do it over here on this table. And I'm just going to trim it as close to the line as possible. Okay, so that's all nice and trimmed up. And the next thing we're gonna do is I am actually gonna switch threads. And now we're gonna do the placement line for his mitten. So I am actually using a combination of, what is this? Fleece and some Sherpa to do Santa, because I think it looks fluffy and it looks more authentic. So my hanging is actually going to have some body to it. I am not putting marine vinyl on it. I am just using some different materials to give it some texture. All right, I'm gonna pop this one out again and trim. Okay. And now this is the placement line for his cuff. And I'm leaving the black thread in so that I can see it a little bit easier. It's all gonna get covered up with satin thread anyway. So that's why I'm leaving the black in there. All right, we're gonna trim again. And now we're gonna do the placement line for the piece of his beard. So I actually trimmed down my pieces and switched my thread out. Right now, I am going to use gold metallic thread, and when I do this, I actually slow my machine all the way down so that it can stitch the metallic thread. Depending on what kind of project I'm doing and how much metallic thread I'm using, sometimes I will switch my needle. But since it's not a lot on this design, I'm actually going to keep my regular needle in and just slow my machine all the way down. Okay, so I switched my thread out again, and now we're going to do, I'm going to actually make my machine faster. This is what I'm using. Metallic thread anymore. And now we're going to sew the mittens, the satin stitch of the mittens. So this next part is the cuff, the outline of Santa's cuff. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out my thread here. I'll put some white in here. We're going to continue with the white because we're doing Santa's beard. Okay, so the next set of stitches we're going to do are the stars and the snow, and I'm again going to use metallic thread, so I'm going to go ahead and switch on my thread, turn on the speed of my machine, and then we'll be back. Alright, so I have turned down the speed of my machine, it's all the way down to 3 3 my metallic thread's loaded, and now we're going to stitch this. Now the next section is our belief. We're gonna stitch that out. Yep, sorry. It doesn't have to use. Okay, now we're done with all the lecture, and I will clean that up actually afterwards. What I'm going to do now is load my machine with different color, which is very similar to what my green looks like, and I'm going to put on the right side and the bottom piece. So this is the placement line for the right side. And I'm actually going to put this about a 1/4 inch past the placement line, which is right where my SF101 is. When I do the 1/4 inch anyway, so that works out very well. All right, and now we're going to fold over this piece like this. All right, now we're gonna do the placement line for the bottom piece. And I did trim it a little bit just now so that it wouldn't be too puffy in that area. All right, and again, we're gonna do about a 1/4 inch. And my fabric's a little bit long. I don't know why it's long. I cut it according to size. Right, and I'm going to fold it over again. Be careful so that you don't soil your fingers. If you're not used to doing this, please don't do it. I know my machine, and I've been doing this for a minute, so there we go. All right, and this is the first block of the Believe in Magic wall hanging. I will be back tomorrow with block 2.